Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into a really quite compelling personal reflection. It's titled The Means to Live and Create. Our mission really is to unpack what keeps us going,
Yeah.
through all the ups and downs and how we actually build up that ability to pursue things, even when maybe we feel like we're just getting by.
And to kick us off, maybe we should start with our word of the day from the source. It's wherewithal.
Ah, wherewithal, good one.
Yeah, and it's not just about money, it's the whole package, really the means, the skills, the internal resources, maybe even the support you need to actually do something. It's basically everything in your toolbox,
Yeah.
tangible stuff, intangible stuff. What lets you act?
Okay, right. So let's unpack this source then. It hits you right away with this question. What keeps you going when everything seems stacked against you?
Mm.
And then it describes this life called close to boring, but interestingly, genuinely liked. But here's where it gets, I think, really interesting. Even with that calm, the author admits, feeling drained sometimes, needing to recharge. People are unpredictable. Not everything wraps up neatly at the end of the day. But the author says they're cool with that variation. So what's the takeaway there for just navigating daily life?
Well, what's fascinating, I think, is that acceptance, embracing the variation, the incompleteness, and this idea of a prep period. It's not presented as just sitting around, right?
Yeah.
It's a deliberate focus, living life as best as I could right now, and that's seen as just as important as whatever comes later.
Right.
Which does raise a pretty important question for all of us, maybe. How do you tell the difference between, genuine rest or preparation and just putting off the big stuff? The source kind of hints it's about a quiet confidence. The author says, I do feel in control with what I have and am for the most part.
Yeah, that feeling of control, even when things aren't like full speed ahead,
Yeah.
that feels really key.
The author's pretty candid, too, admitting that trying to do much more than I am right now, well, it's led to falling on my face before. That feeling of too much.
We've all been there, right?
Totally. But there's this clear intention, try again, but this time I just want to do it slightly different. That adaptability, that willingness to tweak the approach, that seems critical.
Absolutely. And if you connect that to the bigger idea, it really shows a practical understanding of capacity, like personal capacity. Pushing too hard, too fast,
Yeah.
just it drains your wherewithal.
Right. Uses it all up.
Exactly. So the learning isn't just what to do, but maybe how much and how to do it based on, what happened last time. It's about building that capacity bit by bit.
Which actually leads perfectly into that Maya Angelou quote we often hear. You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have.
But the source adds this really interesting twist, suggesting that in the short run, you can use up creativity, but like muscle with consistent use of it, you will get better at it. And this isn't just about big artistic projects, is it? It feels much more about daily problem solving, just adapting day to day.
Spot on. Yeah. That creativity as muscle analogy, it ties right back to building wherewithal. Every little adjustment, like doing it slightly different or managing that too much feeling, finding a way to recharge, that is creative problem solving in action. It builds the very skills, the means you need for whatever comes next. It even reminds me of that really vivid image from the source.
Oh, yeah. Which one?
The sleepy-eyed person in pajamas walking a tail-wagging dog at 6 a.m. while holding a coffee mug that says barely coping.
Huh. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, and despite the humor, right, it captures something quite profound. That resilient, persistent, almost creative act of just showing up, doing the thing, even when it's really hard.
Yeah, just getting through the morning routine can feel like a creative act sometimes. That's a surprisingly real take on resilience, isn't it? Not always heroic, just persistent.
Exactly.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you, listening? I think this deep dive really suggests that wherewithal isn't only about having huge resources for some far-off goal, it's also deeply about maybe the subtle skills, navigating the daily grind, respecting that need to recharge, learning from those little attempts that didn't quite work, and just consistently exercising those creative muscles. Even if some mornings it really is just about barely coping, that quiet showing up is building something.
Definitely. So our final thought for you to chew on, how are you identifying and, maybe more importantly, cultivating your own wherewithal? Not just for the big dreams down the road, but for the messy, sometimes confusing, but essential prep period journey of right now.